Final sprint of the season, everyone. Davide Secchiera on the top row for it. There's UKB and Ocampo from Hux Finucci and Matthew Hart. Championships leader Spiker lands at P6 from your boy in 7th and Kiss Andley in 8th. Then we have De Benedetto and Chris Cornwell from Theo and Livery. Next we have Dan Bogdasarov and Carlos Eduardo from Marcus Adelaide and Racker Crumpley. Then we have Ahmed Silla and Nicholas Palomino from Ultrabro and Myers Crumpley. Then finally for the bottom four we have Iago, Ravo, Lam Fong and Victor Levi. Here we go, everyone. The sprint race in Bahrain, the championship blown completely open last time out. Well, can Finucci defend some of his gap as we go green already in Bahrain? And yeah, that's a pretty good stuff from Matthew Hart, actually. Better for Davide Secchiera though out in front, already pulling away a pretty good margin into turn 1. He is safe right there as the drivers piling their way for the first few corners of the racetrack. Somehow no collisions involved anywhere. Davide Secchiera on the soft tyres pulls away from UKB on the medium. So yeah, this is a great start for him, and this is great for his championship as well. Now yes, there's only one race to go after this, but if Davide Secchiera can pull in 12 points on championship leader Spiker throughout this weekend, assuming Spiker is still the top of the standings, he will still be within a fight for this world championship. As you came all in P2 from at the moment from Ocampo, as 3 drivers, 3 of them all into the wall. Matthew Hart, your boy, and Hux Finucci, as his chances have just completely slipped away recently. As he is currently 11 points back in this championship, compared to being 2 into Brazil. And that crash right there, that's damage. Pure damage, and it's safe to assume he's going to be P7 in this sprint race. You know, things could happen as well. That could change the order a bit. Kiss Andley, though, his championship also slipping away, losing 18 points to Spiker that last race. That puts him 18 points down the championship and also P3. UK will having a very bad time last time out. That's just completely ruined his own chances of this championship, as he is currently sitting 29 points down. Now this sprint race could change things, and it will change things. It may not change any orders or anything, but it can still change stuff. As Secchiera is looking to possibly dominate the sprint race. Typically, the person on pole position will win the sprint race. They just dominate out in front. They don't face any real pressure or anything. But if UK, well, he really needs to put in these solid results. He needs to be pushing for the wins, though, not the P2s. But his car just simply doesn't have the ability to do this. Spiker P4, this is pretty good for him, as into the wall goes Ahmed Silla and Nice Crumpley. Somehow both of them surviving. No clue how they managed to do that, as they're going to be racing and get back onto the track quickest. And they still touch each other. You know, they've already made contact. As Chaos Handley now up into 5th position, holding that place from De Benedetto, who can't get ahead. He can now try and chase after Spiker. You know, he needs to be ahead of Spiker in this race anyways. As De Benedetto looking for some room on the outside here. Handley being aggressive on the defence. De Benedetto in P6. It was a good attempt from him, but it didn't work out, as UK Ball starting to close in a bit of a gap to Davide Secchiera. Ocampo, though, still within a good shot of the sprint race victory, as long as he can close it UK Ball and Secchiera quick enough. And yep, as expected, it still hooks Finucci in B7. That looks like it's going to be his final position in the sprint race. Secchiera will be hoping that Spiker falls down. He might actually have to rely on Kiss Andley, another title rival here, to help him. As UK Ball now under proper pressure now from Sebastian Ocampo, who is right there with him now. And through the final corner on board with Sebastian Ocampo, down the main straight, he seems to be a lot quicker here on the straight line. And there we go, committing to the left-hand side of the track. It's worked out for him, as Sebastian Ocampo up into 2nd place. Davide Secchiera in 1st, UK Ball in 3rd. Spiker still in 4th from Andley and De Benedetto, who still haven't got past the German driver yet. Fiducci in no man's land in P7 from Cornwell, and Eduardo, who rounds off the points, probably had a pretty good P10, but it's not points taking positions. If it was a main race, it would be a points taking position, but it isn't a main race. Matthew Hart fastest lap of this race on the somewhat fresh soft tyres, as he's now on the back of Niles Crumpley, who had that crash earlier on with Ahmed Silla, somehow both of them surviving with moderate damage, I'd say. So how it wasn't like any bigger. You know, if anyone is going to challenge Sergio in this race, it will be Sebastian Ocampo. But like, I don't think anyone's going to challenge him because we're entering the final lap and Sergio still leads by 1.8 seconds. And UKB will also slipping away from everyone else. Spiker in the Williams is starting a catch, and he'll be hoping to get ahead of the British driver as soon as humanly possible. David Ricciardo now heading into turn 4. Is this? I might be stupid. I might be, but I'm not sure. As Versio picks up a 5-second time penalty, and that is just putting him out of any sort of potential for sprint points today. He was already 6 points. He was already 6 seconds off of the points, anyways. But any chance that he had gone, that fast penalty completely ruined it for him. The Boxer trying to hold P13. Versio going off the track there, actually. As Versio just can't get closer to Boxer. Sergio fast in the middle sector, as he's now in that final sector. It was expected, to be honest. Sprint pole typically takes the sprint win. And round the final corner, once again, Sergio showing he isn't done with the championship yet. He wins the sprint race in Bahrain. And that is crucial for his world championship. 100%. Guess comes over P5, Fiducci in 7th place as expected. Cornwell in P8 from Eduardo, who rounds off the points. Livery Company came very close, but just not close enough. That was Max LA, Boxer from Versio and Ultimo. Palomino, Lamphon, Iago, Ravo, Victor Levi, and finally Ahmed Silla, Niles Crumpley, and Matthew Hart to end it off. And there we go, your sprint race podium for the Bahrain sprint race. Steve Sergio, your winner from Ocampo and UKB. Sergio really needing this for the championship. And now with that, let's listen to the Brazilian national anthem. So that's just for this podium now, as before we went through. Then it's Spiker and Andale from Devedo and Fiducci. And it's Cornwell and Eduardo, 3-point scorers. You'll see the rest of the grid right here. I'm not going to go through them all for once. Your boy also out the race as well, as we all know. And that's it for the Bahrain sprint race. We'll see you next time in the main race when the APX F1 series returns.